It's called 𝑇𝐤𝐻, and it's not. So again, it has that sort of similar loop to how 𝐴NK has, but then it has a knot around and two pieces more like tie hanging down. That's more used in the rituals of magic, but we're not talking here about putting spells and casting spells. The magic, it was about coming into a deep alignment with life. It was about protection of life, protection of well-being, of health, protection of land, protection of children, and coming into deep alignment with the divine will, Ma'at. So we're not talking here about sort of the magic the way we kind of maybe know it from books or from stories. And as well, Isis does acknowledge, that there is a dark magic. There is, and like when we see what's happened, like with Epstein files and everything, like they did practice like really dark, lower dimensional, ritualistic, sacrificial magic. So that exists, of course. It's something that comes with our free will. We come here with divine free will to explore and create the world of form to how we want to explore it. And sometimes what happens with that free will is that we create a lot of mess for ourselves and for others. So with Isis's teachings, it's about how to come into that deep relationship with life in the good way, how to bring ourselves into complete alignment with the divine will. So the sacred knots of 𝑇𝐤𝐻 is used in this ritual of protection, of prayer. It's using language and words in the way weaving to create a reality of form. And like I said, in the ancient Egypt, Heka, magic was not something that was ever seen separate from spirit, from source consciousness, from life itself. In fact, that's how they understood and saw creation come into life. Like if we think of spell as spelling out, spelling the words, Egyptians were impeccable with their language. They spent in the Hathor initiation, in activation, we will be learning how they spent years just learning exact pronunciation of the specific word, because saying certain words together in a certain way would make something manifest from no form into form instantaneously. Is that level of magic. It's using language and words in the way weaving to create a reality of form. And like I said, in the ancient Egypt, Heka, magic was not something that was ever seen separate from spirit, from source consciousness, from life itself. In fact, that's how they understood and saw creation come into life. But with using words, I like to refer to it a little bit more because of our witch wound, because of how we connect to magic. It can create a lot of resistance and fear. So I like to refer to it as it's no different to prayer. You just may want to use or may not want to use an extra ritual going with it, but it's spelling words. It's putting a prayer out, fully trusting and believing and putting faith into that it will come to reality, to manifest, to be heard, to be answered.